I think I've been very clear. There's a presidential election in 4 years. I'm not running for president in 4 years.
And Barack Obama is going up to New Hampshire. He's somebody I imagine Republicans should be fearful of.
Not
He's a great speaker.
Help me down as somebody that underestimates Barack Hussein Obama. Please, I mean, this man is a blank canvas where people project their desires and their ideal candidate because nobody knows.
Big news coming out this morning about a possible presidential contender, Barack Obama. Something he left out of the book that he wrote about his life growing up, that apparently when he was a young boy, he attended a Muslim school, a madrasa, which is a Muslim seminary, for 4 years while he lived in Indonesia with his stepfather and his mother. Hillary Clinton, her campaign, is making this now a major issue, and what else will come after this is the big question.
How extraordinary is this? You know, we were talking earlier this week, Brian, about how long is the mainstream media going to be giving this guy a pass because, you know, he's an attractive guy, good speaker. Oprah Winfrey loved him on her show, and when is the scrutiny going to start? Well, apparently the scrutiny, Hillary's people have already done a bunch of investigating, and in today's Insight magazine, which is a publication of the Washington Times, they talk about how Barack Obama, raised as a Muslim by his stepfather, also who was a Muslim, eventually an atheist, in Jakarta, Indonesia. So, and, you know, what have we heard about coming out of the madrasa schools over in Indonesia? This is huge.
It's big about his background. It's also interesting. He had 2 best-selling biographies. It did not come up, was not directly addressed. They also found out that some of the characters in his biographies are composite characters, which he did not say up front. And if you think that Barack Obama is under some scrutiny now, just picture what's going to be happening if he continues to lead over in Iowa and in New Hampshire, like he's doing in 2 of the polls. He's going to make it official this week. And I just think the Clinton campaign, it just knows how to find out where someone's Achilles heel is. He might have it. But one thing is working to his advantage. He's getting it out now. It is still early 2007. If you lay it out on the line now, maybe let the public get used to it and then move on, that's key. But the fact that somebody else had to come out with that is negative for the Obama camp.
The other fact, though, is that how tough is it really to come up with stuff about Barack Obama, because most people don't really know a lot about him. They just know that he's a charismatic character, and according to a lot of people, they like him.
Well,
so it's pretty easy maybe to come up with stuff because there's just not that much really known about him.
Actually, I was reading in the Sun-Times yesterday, there is a bunch of stuff that he was for and legislation he worked on. When people realize it and take a look at it, they're going to go, he's for that? Plus, you know, there's kind of been a drip of stuff. His middle name, Hussein. Well, now that makes sense because his father was Muslim and named him Barack Hussein Obama. And then 10 days ago, the news that when he was in high school, he used cocaine. Didn't use heroin. Did use pot. That's out there. Now the news that he was raised a Muslim until, you know, now he goes to a Christian church in Chicago, but raised a Muslim, went to a madrasa for 4 years. You know, you add it all up. Will it take its effect? Will it knock a little mo out of his momentum? We're going to have to watch.
كوجه البدر مختلطا كرمح النصر منطلقا كموج غاضب غضبا كموج غاضب غضبا يعم الأرض مضطربا.
One of her passions, public service work, led her to leave what could have been a lucrative career in law for public service. But making lots of money was never her goal. Within months after her husband was sworn in as U.S. Senator, Michelle Obama received a pay increase of $195,000 from the not-for-profit hospital where she works. At the same time, she was put on the board of directors of Treehouse and Bay Valley Foods, where between her compensation as a part-time director and profits from her stock options have put another $100,000 into her pockets. Barack Obama tells us he's fighting to make health care more affordable. He didn't tell us that his wife is one of 13 vice presidents at a not-for-profit hospital that in 2005 reported earnings of over $100 million, in part by charging uninsured minorities 3.5 times as much as whites with insurance for the exact same care. In July of 2006, Senator Obama told a group of college activists, "You'll have boundless opportunities when you graduate, and it's very easy to just take that diploma, forget about all this progressive politics stuff, and go chasing after the big house and the large salary." What he told the Chicago Sun-Times only after an embarrassing investigation into the purchase of his stately $1.65 million mansion. U.S. Senator Barack Obama expressed regret late Friday for his 2005 land purchase from now indicted political fundraiser Antoine Tony Rezko. He tells a union group that opposes the amount of compensation paid to the CEO of Walmart that there is a moral responsibility to stand up and fight for a better economic future with adequate wages, health care, and retirement benefits. In 2005, the CEO of Walmart received $10.5 million in total compensation. What he didn't tell the union members was in that same year, the CEO of Treehouse Foods received $26 million in total compensation, a company whose revenues were 409 times less than Walmart's. Maybe because he's embarrassed over the fact his wife sits on the board of directors of Treehouse Foods, a company that shut a plant in 2006 which was staffed primarily by low-paid Hispanics. To learn more about the audacity of Barack Obama, go to www.obamatruth.org.
We begin a great journey, a journey to take our country back and fundamentally change the nature of our politics. I know a lot of you are cynical about the possibilities of that change. Sometimes it seems as if the game is fixed and it only works for the few and the powerful. But I fundamentally believe there's another brand of politics, another possibility, a possibility that all of us re-engage, awaken, pay attention, and as a consequence of that, we end up having an impact in terms of the policies that make a difference in our everyday life.
In the shadow of the old state capitol, where Lincoln once called on a house divided to stand together, where common hopes and common dreams still live, I stand before you today to announce my candidacy